In this video, I will be giving you guys my top 5 towers for taking care of DDTs, and there will be a few honorable mentions at the end. So, coming in at number 5 is a 050 sub, which costs 51 grand. Its biggest perk is that it instantly pops all of the DDTs upon entry, however it cannot clean up the balloons afterwards. Because of this, its large price, and it's a water-based monkey, it can be pretty difficult to fit into your lineup. One final note is that it will also one-shot any reinforced DDTs that come in, which can be very handy. But there are a few more towers that I like better than this for taking out DDTs, which is why it comes in at number 5. So, in the 4th spot is the 025 Ice Monkey coming in at 36 grand. I love this tower and it fits into a lot of my lineups because it has this amazing slow that helps other towers pop the DDTs as well as it can pop it on its own. Now, its price point is a lot better than other tier 5 towers, and it has a bunch of utility outside of DDTs, which is why it comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is the 501 Wizard, which costs 48 grand. Now this thing is a monster, not only popping DDTs, but also balloons. So as you can see, it can take out almost all 30 of these on its own. When you slap down a support tower like an Alchemist next to it, it can easily handle all 30. The reason that this comes in at number 3 is because it can be your main balloon popping tower, as well as being able to help clear almost all of the DDTs. One side note is that I have a 230 monkey village next to the monkeys in all of these examples because not all of them can see DDTs on their own. Also, I have been calculating all the cash required for these towers in hard mode sandbox, which should be pretty accurate for any run you're going to be facing DDTs in. Coming in at number 2 is the 040 Ninja Monkey, costing just under 8 grand. This thing is incredibly useful because of its ability, which cuts down all the balloon's speed on the map by 50%. This tower is super easy to slap down at the end of the run in the early 90s when DDTs really start causing problems. Now, this thing comes in at number 2 because of its low price point, and it can work its way into any lineup. And finally, in the 1 spot is the 025 Spike Factory, costing 41 grand. Now this thing is a problem solver. You shouldn't have any trouble clearing a map as long as it only has one exit for the balloons to run down. Now, unfortunately, this guy has to have a 230 monkey village next to it, so we'll be able to pop DDTs. However, as you can see, it can handle a ridiculous amount of them, so that no matter what leaks through, it should be able to handle it. Now, you can have a 205 Spike Factory and just have it stand alone at the end of your run, and it'll be able to handle anything without the help of a village. But a 025 places the spikes down so fast, it can just create a wall at the end, and it shouldn't be too hard to build your run around placing a Spike Factory at the end. But as you can see, it took out almost 60 DDTs with almost no time to build up. Now for some honorable mentions. The first one is the 025 Glue Gunner, costing 45 grand. Now, this thing is super expensive, and that's why it didn't make the list. However, it does bring DDTs to a grinding halt. This thing is pretty fun to put down in your runs, however, it doesn't provide that much utility for the price it costs. One place that it does have a ton of use is in Mega Pop Challenges, where you try to get 2 million pops on one tower, and this one is very nice at supporting those towers without taking any pops from them. For the last monkey in this video is the 402 Sniper, costing just under 11 grand. Now, I put this thing in a bunch of my runs just because it helps with all MOAB class balloons. However, it doesn't help too much with DDTs. As you can see, it can take out 1 just fine, but once you get up to 5, it definitely struggles. But for the price point, it is very useful. I think it is much better against ZOMGs or other MOAB class balloons. But I think it has a ton of use in chimps runs if you have an extra 11 grand just lying around. However, I would much rather go with a 040 Ninja, which is why that's on the list and not this one. But that is all I have for honorable mentions. So just to recap, coming in at number 1 is the Spike Factory. It is just a monster to place at the end of your runs and will solve all of your problems. Number 2 is the Ninja Monkey, which provides an incredible amount of utility, especially for how cheap it is. The Wizard Monkey comes in at number 3, as it is absolutely amazing at popping not only balloons, but also DDTs. Number 4 is the Ice Monkey, as it has that incredible slow, helps a ton with DDTs and other moab class balloons. And rounding out my top 5 is the Submarine. It has that amazing passive that just one-shots all DDTs upon entry, including reinforced ones, but its price point and not much balloon popping power just makes it too difficult to fit into lineups, and that's why it can't be any higher on my list. Well, there you guys have it, my top 5 towers for taking out DDTs and Bloons Tower Defense 6. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.